He has a mind of metal and wheels and cares nothing for the green and growing things. Hello, dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to Colony Survival. Now, you may say to yourself, well, it's still looking pretty green down there, chum. And look, you've got a little ornamental garden and everything, but it's not. It's very much going the other way. Oh, this is marked for destruction. The wheat field's already gone. This is lined up for being flattened, or maybe at least transplanted. And the reason is the expansion of the industrialisation which is required to keep our colony functioning. I mean, I can't even use stairs properly. Maybe I should get a lift installed. You know, unlock the lift science and get that in there just for modernness. We'll see. Not all games do lifts very well, but would it be anachronistic to have a? Is that the right word? Anachronistic. It wouldn't really fit, would it? You know, to have a modern lift in an old. I don't know. We've got muskets and things. Maybe we shouldn't care about things like that. But anyway, things like in here. So we've got all these. We've seen this before. You know, we've got all these different. Glass and iron smelting things in here, and of course the bloomeries right now are making steel, not very good steel probably, but there you go. But down here we've moved into this fresh hell down here. We've got this we've moved all the smelteries down here, and I've not added to more. I could put more in. I mean, they're feeding into the same chimney breasts as the ones upstairs to go up there. In fact, there's quite a draft down here. I mean, imagine all that hot air rushing upwards and just pulling through air from outside. I'd love to put some little vents in here, but they'd be very low to the water line, and I'd be worried that we haven't seen. This is not a tidal river, but what if the rains suddenly come in? If we put in little vents down there, what if the place flooded? It would ruin our smelteries, put all the fires out. Anyway. Yeah, up here. So these bloomeries are hard at work right now because they're now making steel as well. So low grade steel. This is not tool grade steel. So we can't make. We haven't unlocked steel tools yet. We can't make them, and this steel wouldn't be quite good enough. I mean, I had to look this up because I'm not a chemist or anything like that. I'm a biologist originally by training, and these things you can make steel in a bloomery. But it's not. It's very hard to do. It's a matter of skill, apparently. It's a matter of skill of the smelter themselves to be able to do that and produce good quality steel. And even then, not really good quality. It's hard to get the heat right and get the things in there. And the reason, for example, why does it use glass and silica? So it is charcoal for the carbon content. Why does it use silica and glass? And there's little bits online you can see about it. I think with the impurities, you get this glass. Am I boring everybody? You're all leaving. I'm sorry, guys. See all the workers wandering off in the background. I have that effect on people when I start blathering on about things. You do get this effect of impurities where you get like a glass thing in formation within the bloomery, and then that somehow makes changes to the steel. I don't know, but you can get steel out of this. But good enough for bits and pieces, odds and sods. Like the little bits and pieces you need for better quality. They're harder wearing than the iron we've been working up to now. And we're heading towards printing press. And the other thing we need is mineral oil. I'm continually impressed by this game. A lot of games hand wave and just say this is how something's being made and don't worry about it too much. But they do try. The devs have really tried to make things work. So for example, how are we getting oil? I mean, we've got all these crops, but you can't use vegetable oil for machine works. It just oxidizes and gums up. That's the bit that I do know from my biology. You can't use that sort of stuff for things like this. It just doesn't work. I mean, I think the closest thing we had to it was in one of the last Anno games I played, maybe 2205 or whatever it was, the most advanced one, where they were using sunflower oil and polymerizing it into plastics. That you can do, but oils you can't. And there's no oil spouts around here, so we can't use oil fractionation. However, you can use coal. And coal, of course, is a real mixed. Not all coal is the same. And there's a lot of, along with the carbon in there, there's a lot of mineral, a lot of volatiles in there. And the way you'd get those out is you would use distillation. So in fact, the best place to do that in this game is alchemy. You would distill the oil from coal. You'd break down, you'd completely break down the coal, and you'd get out those volatiles. Some would be gases, and you'd burn them off. Some would be light oils. Maybe some would be a little bit tarry, but you'd get the light oils off of there, and they would be good enough. It's literally called coal oil. It's an early version of us making oil. You could use that for oiling things. Oh, someone's going bing bang outside. But before we get onto that, just a quick comment. We're going to raise the threat again by doing this, but up there now, we now have 3 threat flags, and everything, cross fingers and toes, seems to be going okay. We're doing all right. By the way, the fishermen are gone. I've been moving. This area needs to get used. Everyone's going over that way. Means they're getting close if we're getting shots like that. By the way, they're getting closer to the further into the thing. We want to do the printing press. That's what we were heading for last time. Great stuff. Threat goes up to over 700, but only 142 around here. We'll see how well they got up here. We've got new monsters coming through. They still look like zombies. They look a bit different. Look a bit chunkier. We'll go and see them later, maybe. Now this I love as well. Again, attention to detail. Ignore these bits for now. I know you want to get onto these, but we can't do them yet. We need to have a good steel production first. So, what do we got next? Brass precision parts. Great idea. Brass is wonderful for lots of things, particularly if you've got hinges and movable joints that take a lot of stress. Before we use like plastic pieces, to harden plastic pieces to deal with like the simple lubrication without using oils in there, but you sometimes see in certain things, you'll see like a plastic insert which takes a lot of the wear from a joint. Before that, you'd use brass in those points. There's a particular name for the brass. It's out of my head right now, but it's you see it, if you watch some of the restoration videos, like restoration of old mechanical parts and things, you get these brass liners on things, like old pumps and things. That's what it's for. So these are good. So we've got a combination of the harder, the mild steel parts up here, and the brass parts. Machine tools. Okay, we'll be making those soon. So these are coming out of the anvils. I did put some new anvils in down here, so I'm hoping that will be enough. They'll turn those out in a bit. I upped the brass production recently anyway, so they'll be turning out these little bits and pieces. Probably punching them out. You get a sheet of brass and you punch out the bits. Is probably how they're doing that. Machine tools. Okay, steel parts, brass precision parts, and oil. Fine, they're making those as well. How many are you going to be making? Tapping away over here. Sure, make 20. That's probably, I don't know how much we need. That'll probably do for now. The printing press. Okay, so this is your first style printing press. If you can see here, it's a wooden framework. This is like, I think the Germans made the first ones of these. Apologies if I'm wrong about that, but there you go. What you do here is you have a big wooden frame. So before this you had woodcuts, and you would carve out your page in negative. Something you get like monks to do and stuff like that. Carve out a page in negative on a wood block, then you coat the wood block with ink, and you stamp it on your paper. The next step up from that was movable type. And they made it out of lead. So this is why it's a good thing to do. Again, this game being wonderful as usual. You get lots of loose type and a big rack, and someone who gets very nimble after a while racks it into the rack, locks them in place, and then you've got a sheet which makes a page. And of course, it takes you a bit of time to make that page, but once you've made it, that page of type, you stick it in here, and the machine. You coat it, you paint it, and then this big press here, you wind that down, a big screw thread, pushes it onto paper, and you can reuse that again and again. Far harder and tougher than woodcuts. You can change it if there's an error in there. Someone's had a bit too much drink last night, and they put some bits around the wrong way. You can take that out, slap the guy around the head, put the new type in there, and you can correct the page, and you can print out, boom, 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 hundreds of them. We're heading towards the old broadsheet papers at this point here. Before that, Bible and boring stuff like that. But we're heading towards newsprint here, and makes sense with that. Book of knowledge using the movable type. I guess they're using up the movable type. That's fine. I don't care about that. It's fine. It would be more reusable than this. It would wear out eventually, but anyway, lead's wonderful. Lead is. I mean, you could just take some of this, melt it down, and remake it. just because it's gotten a bit flattened over time. Anyway, so we now make a new way of book of knowledge. Look at that. 5 movable type, a manuscript, I think that's a previous one, and paper, but you make 10 books of knowledge. Boom, just like that. Just from a bunch of paper and some type. Good, we're getting there. Where's the type being made? At the printing press. We need to make a printing press, for which we need brass precision parts. Get a move on in there. Come on, tap faster. We'll put some more Smiths in, maybe. Then, manuscripts. So this is a not just a note, a scientific note. This is a collection of notes. We're making about 50 at a time. The scientific notes currently are limited by how many books we have. How is the book situation doing? How empty are these bookshelves up here? Because that's what's slowing you down. You are making... Oh, you've been eating through this lot, guys. You've been really chonking through these books. It's a nice feedback loop on this one, a positive one for a change. Although it's going to be slow to get started, once we've got this, we will get faster books out of it, which will keep these guys going for the next round of science. Okay? I know I'm doing a lot of talking in this one, but I just want to explain what's going on and why. So what we need, we're waiting on the precision parts. I'll put some more guys in on that. Once we've done that, we can make the printing press, and we can then go on from there. Cotton, musket, I think that's probably for more... This is probably for better... not paper, but fabrics. You know, musket, obviously we want, and the steel glider. Bring you back in a bit. I mean, looking at this, we're not a million miles off, are we really? We need more books of knowledge. I won't increase this from 15 until we need... Oh, 10,000 points. Well, we can do that. We can do that with threat now. I think we just got our first printing press come out. Now... Where would it be? It's not all buggering off to bed. We've revolutionised printing in one day. That's what it really took, was one day to make these bits and pieces from here. Which is quite impressive. Somewhere in here? I can't see. Oh! Nice paper makers. We need some more of that, probably. There it is. What's that? Respect is freedom. Wonderful. Now... I think later on we'll probably get to a mechanical press. One that you pull the lever in it, it'll roll ink on the plate and then slam it down. Those are much faster. We're not there yet. We're at the slightly slower variation. This is the first iteration, you know. This is the 1.11. If it was the lever handled one, I wouldn't put that in here because it's noisy. It's not conducive to. It's not conducive to quiet deliberation like this lot are getting on with. These things are coming back nicely. Not too bad. Put it over here. We'll recruit somebody in there. How are we doing for beds? We're probably getting a bit low on beds again. 21 beds. Okay, we need some more production later. So we're making books of knowledge for movable type. Where's the movable type coming from? We're making that again, aren't we? Where's the movable type coming in from? I can't remember. You actually make that at the printing press. I don't like that very much. I don't like that. But okay, that doesn't make sense. That makes less sense to me, game. You'd make it at the... Where would you make that? You'd be doing fine carving. So you'd be making it at probably the engineer's bench. You've got the finest tools, maybe even the jewellers at this stage. I don't know, but you'd need finer tools than that to make these things. But it's fine. Also, whoever's smelting the lead ingots, can you be careful with it, or just... Lead's really unpleasant stuff, as you're probably aware, with the idea of lead poisoning. How are we doing for lead ingots? The lingots are probably quite good, I'd imagine. We might up that. What I feel like checking though is how we're doing. We've got loads of ingots. Is how we're doing at the fort. We seem to be doing okay. Yeah, nothing seems to be a problem out here. Everything seems to be going fine. We just need someone to start making. What's the next step? We need someone to start making print. Yeah, printing those books out. And I guess we get onto one of these next. We can do two. We can do two in one video. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Rather than the usual. So this is how we're doing here. I mean, it's quite busy. We've got more cannons and less bows over here now. Less archers. But they're not really reaching the dart traps. They've triggered the first bomb, I think. Which is over there. We seem to be fine. But we don't actually know how things are going up there. But, you know, they'd be telling me if there was a problem, wouldn't they? Yeah. So what do we do next? What's the next step? I mean, okay, I thought it was going to be a grappling hook. The rope trap freezes nearby monsters. Monsters on the AoE, nice. When monster passes over it. That's quite nice. It's very doable. We're going to be low on rope. What's the rope being used for? Why do you need blue... Oh, this is just taking the mickey. Why do you need blue lanterns, green lanterns, red lanterns? They only grow on heaths. High quality textiles. Okay. Oh, wow, a loom. A cotton engine. It's a loom, basically, isn't it? And what is cotton used for? What's it for, precious? Luxury garments. Which we're selling, isn't it? Oh, I thought you'd be doing it for like... You know, like how you know that, you know... Some currencies are not made out of paper anymore. They're made out of fabrics. You know, I thought something like that maybe. Like better pages for books. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Launch steel glider. This is the problem. We don't go very high when we do this, so it's interesting. But what we're after is this, basically, isn't it? So, what I'm waiting for in that case... By the way, can you see out there? Top left... I've got new glider stations in some of these places, but they don't really, this carries me part of the way, like half the way towards effing tree because it's so high up. But not really that far. This would be fun. We really need this, don't we? This is the key one, isn't it? We get to muskets, and then have we won the game? We're not won the game, but we're doing really well with. We will be slow production. How do we get to steel? How do we get to... Okay, forget this for a second. Now, this is very enticing. But we haven't got a good method of making steel right now. How do we get to blast furnace? That's the way you make steel. You need luxury chest, which comes from cotton. Okay, we've answered it for ourselves. We need cotton. So we need lanterns of each. We didn't make these, did we? What was that? Red lanterns are popular in Amsterdam. That's a bit rude. Green lanterns make it eco-friendly, and blue lanterns, I couldn't think of anything funny to say about that. This is a really bad film by Ryan Reynolds. You could have done that, you know. Maybe you can't use his name. We can do this. We can make some. Let's go make some lanterns. How do you make lanterns again? Let's make some sensible progress. Where are the lanterns from? They're these ones, aren't these big boxy things? From the jeweler? I don't know. I'll find it out in a second. Oh, someone's busy. Someone's busy doing some type. You've got one. How long does it make? 45 seconds. Oh, and you use these as tools. Oh, that's kind of fun. I like that. You don't have a toolbox over here, do you? You could do one of them. I presume you use tools as well. You do. Why have I not got a toolkit over here? It's very remiss of me. I know it's not a thrilling episode, this one, is it? Stuff's getting done, but we're not overexciting ourselves here. Yeah. While we're here, by the way, let's slam another one. How much do these do again? We've got 5,100 points. Oh, that's run the wrong way. $500 points at a time. Okay, we can put more of those boxes in. Maybe we need another printing press in here then. Should we just do that now? That's probably a good idea as the best way of making books. And then once we do that, who else makes books? You guys make books, don't you? You do. What if we take you down to 5? And you we take up to... Well, you make 150. Fine. That's good. Okay, in that case, we'll still get a few coming out of the other desk. Which means we haven't crippled ourselves into... Oh, you're still making a printing press, are you? Fine, I guess you're busy on other things. Fine. I know, I'm distracted. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, you guys get to make one of each lantern. 20 points. Hi guys, what's happening? Where are we all going? We're all going somewhere. Can I come? It's like a party. Right, okay, let's see how we're doing up here. I just spotted one of the... Ooh, I spotted one of the tougher guys. As I'm going past, if I try and spot one, I'll maybe peg him as well. Hold on. I should stop using things like pegging. It's got another meaning now. That guy there, that's a chunk. That's a new guy. Looks like he's got a metal breastplate on. Oh, they are definitely getting closer. Stop chasing me. I know I was talking about pegging. Don't get overexcited. Yeah, those muskets are due in, aren't they? Really, that will make things a lot easier once we upgrade our defences much higher. Not the defences, the production of gunpowder. They're getting closer. They're not that close, really. They're all right. I mean, they're not even getting in the gate anymore. But yeah, these guys are the new ones. They're hard to tell. They look a bit chunkier. I think they've got like a steel breastplate on. Conquistador coming in. I shouldn't be helping along. I should see how you lot are doing, actually. Judge you on your merits. I mean, that's going off, isn't it? It's getting some of them. You want to shoot that guy? Okay, yeah. We're holding them off, but much more threat increase. Oh, they are getting in the door. Yeah, much more threat is going to be a problem. We're going to hold them for now here. We've got a lot more defences around the back that will clip them if they shoot them if they try and get round to the gate, to the entrance to the where the people are sleeping. Well, when I say the people, I mean the small number of trap positioners. How are we doing for ammo? Ammo. We were using about 100 the other day before I put the thread up. Still about 100 handgun ammo. We're getting towards the same number of crossbow bolts as the part before we introduce the hand cannon, and the arrows are fine. There's not so many arrows being used. Okay, we've got it in control. We've got it under control. There's still a few more coming in, but we're all right. Gunpowder itself being used for traps. How's that doing? Gunpowder. There's the trap ammo. Yeah, they use one per trap, so that's okay. So if I was to increase anything here, are we like to hit another? We're going to get an increase in threat because I'm going to put in more boxes. So every time I put one of these in, I'm going to need to put in another 10 of these. Yeah. 10 of these is 100 threat. Because we need to get to just over 10,000. And then 830, whatever that is here. Nearly 100. Let's say add 75 more threat here. I think that might be too much. But when it comes to the science itself, this doesn't add more threat to get the muskets in. And then we're probably handling things again, because muskets are much better than the hand cannons. And they're better than the crossbows. So, if we're going to get 100 increase in threat, what do I need to do to keep this safer? Well, I've already got a lot of crossbows around here. I guess we could put in... We could put in another set of towers. We could put another tower in here. We could add more guards to these, what we could do. I mean, you know, oh no, it's nice and neat. Oh, nice and neat, got one of each thing. We don't need to, we can just add more guards over here, couldn't we? That's probably what I'm going to do. I'll expand the accommodations down there, we'll add more guards in. Yeah, that's going to be the easiest, isn't it? Okay. I've also found the slowdown with everything else coming in, which is mainly... I'd like to get cotton done this video. The other part is the brass precision parts for whatever reason, I guess they're tricky to make, and fiddly and whatever else, because you'd think they'd be easier than steel parts. But there you go. Good quality ones, maybe the quality, maybe QC rather. QC is failing a lot of the parts when they're coming through. Quality control for the production line. It takes 1,000 seconds to make some parts. So although we've got a lot of anvils going, we're not getting a lot of... just checking no one else is being abused by the zombies. We're not getting a lot of parts come out, and that's slowing everything else down. So let's hopefully got enough for a printing press now, and the lanterns, and we'll finish the video by putting down a cotton field at the heath location, at the wild heaths. Wild heaths, is that what it's called? I can't remember what I called it. Whatever that is, whatever that place is. You know what? I've just realised something. You probably knew already, and were laughing at me. This requires a blue lantern, a green lantern, and a red lantern. I was like, why am I not seeing any lanterns? I'm sure you've made some. These are not the right colour lanterns, are they? So therefore, I'm thinking that we have to make this, which is very annoying, which is because it's red, blue, green. You'd think these would be the first colours you'd get, but there you go. And then we have to colour them and put them back. How do you make a... Do I have to literally colour them myself? An artist's workbench. I'm confused. Maybe I can make one and put them back in again. Why are you making me... I don't understand why you're making me do this anyway. Why do you need a blue one, a green one, and a red one? If you combine these three together, you get white, don't you? Isn't that correct? When you combine all three at a maximum, or do you get black? What do you do? White's the absence. I can't remember what it is when you do it on the computer. 0 to 255 with the colour. I know. I should know. Love is shouting at me. He bloody well knows. I didn't get why it's blue, green, white, blue, green, red. What is that about? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't like it, but I don't understand. Okay, are you ready for experiment time, kids? Because I still can't work out. There's two things I can't work out. Okay, just two in the entire universe. That's it. That's how advanced I am. White lanterns. This is under lanterns, under science, under the jeweler's bench. Lantern, white lantern, orange lantern. Okay, so we had some of these already in stock. I know we did, because I had them in. I had them in here, didn't I? Did I take them up? No, they're still there. Let's take them down from there. We'll put some regular lanterns up, shall we? I think we just need two. There we go. Okay. I mean, they're very bright. A bit too bright. A bit neon-y. Where do we get the cyan lantern from? But I didn't make one of those. They're under the jeweler's bench. But I didn't make one, so they made one. What do they make it from? We've got the paint now, anyway. If we take... We want a red. We take the red paint for now. How do you use paint? Is there a brush? A paint stripper? But how do you how about a thingy bench? What if we put it down a dyeing bench? 1 minute. A dyer's table. Okay, right, fine, okay, right. We don't care about this crap. We want one of those. We don't care about pink lanterns. But green lantern, we want one of those. We want two of those. Cyan's a horrible colour anyway. Apologies if there are any cyan fans out there, but they just are. Okay, it just is. Just deal with it. It's how it is. It's a horrible colour. Blue, red, green. Okay, they should be being made hopefully over at the thingy table, wherever that answers why how they were being made. The jeweler wasn't doing it. It was the dyer, but not why they're not in my inventory. Okay, I think I'm going to call this one here. I think we haven't been through here for a while, have you? Little garden, yeah, nice. I discovered the problem with the lanterns, which was why are you not planting this up here, by the way? What's that about, buddy? Oh, I know the reason actually. 1 second. I had this a lot recently. It didn't seem to happen before, but it happens now. So I don't know why it is, but I have to make sure you start drawing from the top, like this. Yeah, I'm going to clear these out and then put it through from there. But unless I stop drawing from the top, or some of these ones on here, I found that they it doesn't fill out the. It might take to put dirt on the whole area, but it doesn't actually start putting crops on them. I don't really know why. It's a bit odd. But there you go. I've seen it a few times recently. Maybe an update, maybe a change, maybe just a difference in how I've been doing things. Anyway, what I was going to say was, yeah, I wasn't making enough base lanterns from the jeweler because I didn't see the value in them anymore. They were quite heavy in resources. We've gone to the new lanterns, haven't we? So therefore they couldn't make any coloured lanterns in the dye station. It's all my fault basically. I did it all wrong. But that's alright. I puzzled it out in the end, which is the main thing. I get these things wrong, then get them right, so you don't have to if you're playing along. You know, that's save you from the thing. Not all the wikis for these games are very good, and this wiki, I don't think is very well supported. So there you go. Are these up working? These are all working up here. Anyway, I'm going to call it. I'm not going to wait for the wheat fields. Is that another gap? I'm not going to wait for the lanterns to be done. I will. I'll do that. I'll do that next time, and then we'll start off with the cotton fields next time, yeah, and lead into the luxury chests, and then maybe into the muskets is the plan. I'm going to go plant a cabbage field because that's how I get my kicks around here and fix these fields around here. But thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I shall see you again for hopefully more advanced boomsticks next time.